What's up, YouTube family? Simon says soccer, Simon says football. Back at you. Want to give the analysis of the MLS All-Stars v. Arsenal. It's a win. It's preseason, so obviously can't hang much on it. Playing some incredible players from the past on the MLS All-Stars. Obviously, I started with Pirlo and Drogba. And so some incredible people from the past in MLS, but you could even see with that their speed, their reaction. Pirlo was playing some incredible balls. He still got it on a dime from anywhere, but just the movement, the energy, and they're in the middle of their season. And so I would think that they should have the most they possibly could, most energy, the most stamina they possibly could. And so interesting to see those guys play. Drogba, the guy, he always seems to find a way to score against us. I think it's 15 goals in 16 games. Yes, in all competitions against Arsenal, the guy just always seems to score against us. Incredible player. Still somewhat fit, just don't feel like he's just a shadow of his former past. The Arsenal team obviously missing our main people, our main men. When we start the Premier League, it's still going to be missing a lot of those people that were involved either in Copa America or the European Championship. So kind of have a depleted squad, to say the least. So there's some concern there, but it's also some excitement. What I love about preseason is one thing. I get to see some of the fringe players to see if they can adapt and play a role for us as needed. Like right now, we're going to need them early August when we get started against Liverpool through next 2, 3, 4 weeks until the players returning August 1st can work themselves back into some game fitness, some match fitness, so we can get them back. And then number 2, to see the young and up-and-coming stars. Willock, Chuba Akpom, the Jeff. Obviously, Alex Iwobi is more of a breaking into the first team at the end of the season, so it's not as much an up-and-coming star. And then Gideon Zelalem, which I'm so excited because he's American. But to see him playing, thought he looked so super comfortable on the ball. Christian Belik in the back, and then our new signing, Rob Holding, who is just some young guys. Obviously, there's more, but those are some young guys that I thought stood out. Obviously, Chuba Akpom got man of the match, and he was in the right place at the right time. He made a lot of quality runs. You can tell in opposition to the MLS All-Stars that Arsenal was still looking for match fitness, so it wasn't a incredible performance physically from start to finish. But when we did win the ball, we looked incredibly dangerous going forward. The starting lineup, I felt like simply looked like what we're going to probably have to start the Premier League with. I hope and pray that we can add an experienced center half. For the love of God, Wenger, experienced center half. I'm someone who is not – Rob Holding, he could walk in and do the deal, but I find it likely without the experience at the top level for him to do it immediately. I would love for him to, but I doubt it. The league and the pace is, and the physicality is just – it's incredible. And coming from a side that just got relegated again to League One. And then someone up top, Theo Walcott is incredible, but he's starting his 11th season. I think last night they were talking about like 85 goals. If you do the math, 8.5 goals per season. Now, as a winger, that's not a bad return. But there was so much promise when he scored a hat trick for England at a very, very young age, at 16, 17, 18 years old. People, we thought, wow, what could be? And that's just never come to fruition on a regular basis for him. Incredible servant of the club. I will never be the kind of person to say we should dump him or go away. I love Theo Walcott. Be an honor to meet the guy. He's done so much for us. and the longest serving member on the Arsenal team right now. And I think there's something to be said for that. He is a servant. He's athletic. He's still super, super fast. Only Hector Bellerin is faster than him still on club's history, and has done a lot for us. But we're going to have to depend on him somewhat for the first of the season if we don't add another striker. And my opinion is he's never going to be an outright striker. He had opportunities last night that an outright striker would have put away, and he didn't. He couldn't. And we need that. Not to diminish the MLS All-Stars, not to diminish the Jamaican goalkeeper, Blake, maybe, who was a first-round draft pick. I don't understand draft pick. I don't understand that. We've got to stop that. But quality, the Jamaican goalkeeper, quality, made some big saves. Made a big save against, I think Mohamed El Nene took a really, really quality shot of about 25 meters. But yeah, we've got looking at Theo playing up top. He held the ball up well and did some good things to bring people into the play, to the counterattack for sure. But we need an outright striker. We need somebody experienced, and we need somebody to compete with Giroud, especially someone in opposition to him, the way that he plays. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain looked fantastic. Looked really, really fantastic. And then Granit Xhaka looked solid, stable, smooth on the ball, great passer, read the game well, great tackler, unlike Francis Coquelin, who probably should have been shown a red 2 or 3 times in the game for showing studs. Reckless. He looked reckless. Granit Xhaka looked smooth and appropriate in his tackles in the midfield, changed the game quickly, and distributed unbelievably. Already looks like a leader. Really looks like a leader. I think he potentially could be our captain in the future. And I think that's why he was so expensive from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Excited to have him. Rob Holding, Christian Bielik, both looked fantastic. Super excited about them for the future. And I could see in 2-3 years, maybe that being our duo, maybe that being our Premier League center half duo. So super excited about that. I don't know about this season with the likes of potential Paul Pogba at Manchester United. Oh my God. Zlatan Ibrahimovic up top at that squad. We're going to need something with more experience who have played players at that level for some time now. And that's a hard person to find. I still thinking Mustafi. But the game as a whole, Joel Campbell looked fantastic. I think he's going to play an incredible role at the first of the season, and I think he's the kind of depth we need. An international, Costa Rican international, the kind of depth we need to compete all season long. Premier League is long and awful in terms of physicality and injury, so we need a fringe player like him that can produce for us, and I think he's going to be that. On the opposing side, Jack Wilshere looked, man, rough. I mean, I know he's come back from injury, but man, he's got a lot of match fitness to gain. I hope he can refine the form. But it's going to be hard to get in that midfield. The midfield we have right now, I don't know how he breaks into it unless we need him because people are still gone, still gaining match fitness when they come back. It'll be interesting to see. And then Chuba Akpom, right place, right time. But I really think it was about Chris Willock holding the ball up in the box, the right play to Nacho Monreal, and then that play across the box. So kudos to the young guys. Cannot wait to see them develop. And I hope that we keep 3, 4, 5 of those players and groom them, keep them in the squad, let them grow at Arsenal. I want those guys to be first-team players so that we can see that, hey, Chuba Akpom started at 6 years old in our academy. He needs to be a guy that we nurture. I want him to be. I don't want to push him off the hole for the rest of his life in League One and Championship side. But some real promise, look like a good fitness, and I'm loving to see Arsenal in the United States. It gutted me that I can't be out in California and watch them live. Hey, make sure you like the video, subscribe to me. There's more to come. This is my passion, my life. Can't wait to share more about my thoughts with you. Hope to see you soon. Have a good night.